How do you answer questions you don't know how to answer? That's pretty much the job interview experience, isn't it? They're going to throw questions at you that you've never prepared for. One of the reasons for that is they usually don't just ask you the standard questions in the standard form. They phrase them completely different. So you think that it's a completely different question. What you do is you practice. Usually you would have certain things you'd fall back on. Like one of the things was I said earlier, like 5 minutes ago, was, you want to tell them things off your resume. Like, I have this, I've done this, I have these skills, I have training in this, I have skills in this area, things like this. So they throw a question at you that you've never considered. Okay, something like, let me just make up a question off the top of my head. Why is it that you think that you would be more qualified at this job than someone who has more experience than you, but less education? There's a random question I made up. I don't know how to answer that in the spur of the moment. I got 15 people staring at me in a panel interview. I'd never practiced that question. So I fall back on one of my default answers. Well, I just want you to know, first of all, as you can see on my resume, I have this experience. I've been a welder for 5 years. Now, I know that's not strictly needed here, but when I was a welder, it forced me to do this type of work in this type of situation with these type of people under these conditions. It was a 24/7 operation. It was unionized. So because of all that, I have that type of experience, and I know the importance of getting things done on time, doing things to proper customer specified standards, blah, 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 blah. And that's what makes me more qualified than someone who's just done run of the mill technician work, something like that, right? So you fall back on a few default answers. And that's probably the biggest one, is to say you have these great things. And if you mention it more than once during the interview, that's fine. You can mention it 5 times, because if that's the answer to their question, you want to make sure they get the message.